The Florida legislature has taken steps to reduce the state's hurricane loss liability by getting rid of Citizens Insurance property policy holders. Now, this may sound a little complicated, but SNN local news weekend anchor John Hill tells us if your homeowner's insurance is with Citizens, that you may be getting a letter soon that you don't want to throw away.
Last December, I got a letter in the mail that said, quote, "You do not need to take any action to begin your insurance coverage with Heritage Property and Casualty Insurance Company." I thought it was junk mail. It was not. I've now found out that Heritage Property and Casualty Company, located right here at 700 Central Avenue in St. Petersburg, is my new insurer. I never signed anything. I never said yes. But today I found out it was the law. In the next 2 or 3 months, between 250 and 300,000 Citizens policyholders will be receiving a so-called opt-out letter that, if ignored, will move the policyholder's insurance out of Citizens.
I just think that consumers, it is confusing when you receive an opt-out letter. And I think there's a lot of questions because they have a policy of insurance with Citizens. They receive a policy or a letter in the mail from a company like Heritage. They're unsure. They contact their agent and they have to work with the agent and they have to get a little bit more of an education as to what's going on in the process. Because if you simply ignore it, you're going to be assumed by Heritage or you'll be assumed by another carrier. And that's not a bad thing because our coverage is broader than Citizens coverage. And in many cases, our rates are a lot less than Citizens coverage.
Whitcomb says Heritage Property and Casualty is expecting to get bigger in the coming months.
Our policy count presently is somewhere around 85,000 policies. We've put in for additional policies from Citizens. We may get as many as 15,000 additional policies from Citizens, which would take us to 100,000 policies. And we certainly have the surplus to support that, and we certainly have the reinsurance to support that.
The company has $65 million in base funding and carries a 150 level of reinsurance with Lloyd's of London, more than what the state requires. People who receive these opt-out letters should contact their insurance broker and make a decision to stay with Citizens or go to the new carrier. There is a time limit of 30 days. Once that time period is up, when your current policy expires, so will your Citizens coverage. Agree or not?
Now, in the last legislative session, Representative Ray Pilon tried to change the insurance law to make it an opt-in choice, where the policyholder would have to agree and sign an opt-in letter before the insurance coverage would be moved. That measure failed.